Hey everybody, for today's game we are going to be playing a SETT top. Looks like we are against a Master Yi top. I'm actually kind of curious how something like a Master Yi could do against SETT. I'm going to level up my W first. And I'm going to show you what I think is probably going to be one of the better SETT builds and the SETT setups as far as like your everything goes. Alright. You know what? We'll just take his flash. Alright, let's take his flash. That's fun. I think he underestimated my W. So, like, if you start W level 1, it's going to be hard for them to commit onto you. Plus, you can hit him with damage like that. And be totally fine. Wait, he didn't get stunned? He tried meditating, but I hit him with true damage. Alright, so it actually worked out pretty well. So, yeah. So, if you guys see, the middle line from SETT actually does true damage and is pretty strong. And can counter all-in trades. So, against anyone that is going to be looking for an extended trade against you early levels. Or honestly, just in general, like I like taking W level 1. And in fact, I'm going to start maxing W. If you guys saw my previous SETT videos, then you'll know that, you know, I've usually maxed E or Q in previous SETT videos, but now I believe the best build to go is to be going into, with your W first, because they actually buffed SETT's W on the PB. So in my previous videos, the base damage per level on W was 30 less than it is now. So at level 1, I'm dealing a base of 90 damage instead of 60. So it's better to start out with W for the majority of the time. And it's 30 damage more every single level. So it was a pretty big buff to the W. Which I already thought was pretty strong. But now it's even stronger and can even use it for better wave clear. And every point you put in your W actually lowers the cooldown by quite a bit too. So if you want to guarantee damage on someone like the Master Yi, with your W, make sure you try to get a stun with your E into your W. That way you can guarantee that your W actually does damage. And it's okay to take minion damage too, because minion damage also adds to your damage on your W. So the Twisted Fate is missing. He probably just went back from the looks of it. He had no potions or anything. So he still have the 131 true damage right there. And got a couple minions. So you see how I E'd into, I stunned him with my E into the W proc? That's the best way to do it. So I flashed there with my W, and the flash actually carries the W forward, kind of like Mordekaiser's Q. And actually helped me get the damage in there. I just want to make sure that the Xin Zhao was able to kill him effectively. And he wasn't able to get away. So just showcasing another mechanic with SETT's W. And like how to properly use it. So I'm going into Tiamat first, which is going to help out with my wave clear. Also, Tiamat gives a good amount of attack damage and base regen. And SETT actually has incredible regen. So again, that extra % base regen helps out quite a bit. I can't click on those range minions. It's like hidden below the cannon. That's unlucky. Anyways, let me go ahead and go back. So, both their top lane and their jungler are both AD. You know, they deal physical damage. So, I think I'm just going to build into Tabbies. They have some CC on their team, but a lot of it is knockups. Between Riven and Nautilus. So, it's really just a Twisted Fate gold card. So, I don't think I need to run Tenacious game. An enemy has been slain. Looks like bot lane's doing pretty well.
Double kill.
Nice. Really well, actually. That Riven gank didn't go very well. It got turned pretty easily. The Master Yi should have his Ignite back up. I want to get the wave a little bit closer to my turret before engaging a trade on him in case he does get an effective all-in. Just because I do have no flash, his flash should be up soon. Did I time... Yeah, I didn't time Master Yi's flash, I'm bad. Just blast him with a little bit of damage. I tried taking him back into his turret. He walked back a little bit, so I didn't get the full duration of it. But yeah. So that's what I was a little bit worried about. Wait, I was gold card. Now I can walk back in. As you see, I eat into my W there. That way I can guarantee the true damage. Just because he's crowd controlled, it makes it very easy to hit. Oh, shit. Wow! Holy! This champ is, this champ's a little bit strong. Oh, I blasted him, dude. That W max is OP, isn't it? So how much true damage you can do? So, 195 plus 28% of 600, so it's what, like 300 something damage? That's pretty good. That's pretty good if I was to say so myself. Alright, let's go ahead and build health and attack damage, build into our phage. So the strongest two stats that you should be worried about is attack damage and health. So anything to buff up your W. So your W works on attack damage and health. You know, your other abilities work off AD as well, but it's really just, you know, the Haymaker and an effective Haymaker that will determine if you're a good set player or not. So setting up the, or as far as laning phase goes, obviously the ulti is, you know, after laning phase, you know, can be pretty OP. Wait, he's actually out healing. Okay, got his flash. He's actually out healing my damage. Feels bad. I should have been walking ahead of him though a little bit. That's my bad. The Master Yi's Meditate is OP. You just W this real quick, get a little bit of wave clear. So yeah, we max W first and then our E. That way we can maximize wave clear, have more shields and more stuns up. You know, when I first tried Set, I thought for sure that it would be Set's Q that you'd max first. But it's really not about getting the Q cooldowns up for resetting your auto attack. You use your Q more so to as part of a short burst trade, or for setting up an effective E. Not for just consistent Q trades, because if you max Q and you trade every time your Q is up, you're not taking effective trades because your E and W have, I think, 16 and 18 second cooldowns respectively, and I think your Q cooldown goes down to like 5 or maybe 6 or something. So if you get these down, I think these both go down to 8 seconds at the maximum level, and then your Q is on like a 9 second cooldown. You know, that more effectively sets up your trades. You guys see what I did there? So Master Yi was waiting to use his Q to try to dodge my W, but it's just impossible for him to use it if I use it in combination with my crowd control with my stun. Man, their whole team is pretty behind.
Shut down.
So again, maxing out E. It's going to help us with wave clear and set up more CC. I think it should be fun. I wonder if I can... You know, let's do a little bit of limit testing. Oh, we did it wrong. Oh well. I mean, we still got our ulti, so. I actually, I autoed after my stun, which made it so my haymaker didn't come out on time. Feels bad. Fuck, man. Dude, they keep coming after me. I'm healing off of him, dude. The Conqueror, man. So the Conqueror, I got my shields ready to go. I got this red buff. Yeah, I'm in a pretty good spot. Alright, so next time I'm going to go is probably Titanic Hydra, just for more auto tech resets. And again, Titanic Hydra is just one of those items that's going to give me more health, more attack damage. Again, those are the strongest two stats. The third strongest stat on set is probably cooldown reduction. And, you know, we got 20% of that from the Trinity Force. Maybe we can build... If we are needing to be the engage on our team, another really good item to build is Righteous Glory. Because it gives CDR and it gives that engage tool for the move speed. You know, along with our ghost to engage and all that. Really helps out. So let me talk about the summoner spells too. So if you play this champion more than once, or honestly even the first time you play it, you're going to realize that you're going to get kited by literally everybody. Anybody that's a ranged champion with any kind of CC is going to kite the shit out of you. In fact, they could have no CC and just run away from you. You won't be able to do anything about it. So, he's got what I call Darius syndrome. You ever play Darius and have the same thing? Except, like, Darius kind of has a long pole. And this thing, look at the range. Like, that just barely pulled it. Barely pulled that minion, right? The range on this is, you know, is deceptively low. You would think it'd actually be longer and actually is, but it's just, you know, not very good. Boom! He got slammed. Okay, at this point I'm just so fed I can do whatever I want, but feels good, man. Yeah, they can send the whole squad on me. I could probably kill them all.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
So even if I don't hit him with the center line, he still gets hit with physical damage. Which is pretty nice. I'll probably just get this Rift Hurl. Maybe we can take it into him. And the Cho'Gath. The Kukulacha. He's got the Smite Cinder Hulk mid build that Trick's been doing. How does a level 6 Riven happen? Well, let me tell you a little bit. You know, you may not have heard the horror stories that is Season 10 jungle. If you fall behind as a jungler in Season 10 and you're not playing something that's absolutely broken, that can hard farm his way back in, like Olaf or something, you're kind of just screwed the rest of the game. There's no more catch-up experience in the jungle. So if you fall behind, you are behind. Let me see if I can get the stun. Slammed! I actually thought that one-shot him. Just shield that last turret shot. Help me clear the minion wave a little bit. Actually, you know what? They're all rotating back for me. I'm sitting on 3,000 gold. Let's not get greedy. Also, have you guys noticed there's a pattern with how I'm using my auto attacks too? So because if you read this ability, the Pit Grit, you know, let me take you through a little bit of Sett's mechanics here for a little bit. So Sett has a left punch and a right punch. His right punch comes out significantly faster. So if you left punch, you know, I'll show you on this Gromp real quick. So if you left punch, your right punch will come out really quick, So if you have auto attack resets, so let me show you with the Titanic Hydra. Left punch, right punch comes out really quick. And you saw I used the Titanic Hydra after the right punch. Oh, hold on. Let me just slam down here real quick. I'll show you guys why I take Ghost.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay, if this... Oh, wait. Okay. The Scion came... the Nautilus came up and sacrificed himself. I don't think we can get him. Sorry, it happened to be a fight that just happened right next to where I was trying to show you guys the mechanics, but essentially, you left punch, you right punch, and then you do your auto attack reset either with your Q or Titanic Hydra. But get both those out. The only time I would have you auto attack reset after the left punch is if it's you left punch and you're activating Trinity Force for another left punch just to finish someone off, because auto attack resetting is still faster than the right punch will come out. So let me show you here. So let me show you left punch, right punch. Left punch, right punch. So pretty fast, right? But if you do this, slightly faster. But to maximize damage overall, you want to go left punch, right punch into another left punch, right punch. Your Q will always start out with the left punch. So if you left punch and then you Q, you're going to do another left punch into your right punch, right? But you're going to miss out on a little bit of damage overall. Like, if you're not just bursting someone down, if you need to have more consistent damage on, like, a little bit of a tankier target, or someone with a little bit more HP, then just do left punch, right punch, and then auto attack reset with Titanic or whatever. It's going to be significantly better. Oh, is this... Oh, no, what's going on, babe? Okay. I should have used my ulti to stop the Nautilus from CCing me there. I got a little bit greedy with my ultimate, and I was wanting to get a perfect angle to not only hit the ultimate, but land down on somebody. But I should just ulti because you're actually unstoppable during your ult. So if you ulti somebody, you can't be CC'd. So shield did the turret shot. Man, SETT takes down the turret so quickly. I think it's like, it's almost impossible to orb walk between the left punch and right punch from what I found out. Like, I've tried to do orb walking between the left punch and right punch, but it's next near impossible. So instead of orb walking in between each auto attack like you would with every other champion, instead you want to do left punch, right punch, and then walk forward. And I think that is better, in my opinion. Just because your right punch actually comes out so quickly that if you move after the left punch before the right punch, you're actually gonna not deal as much damage. So let's get our Hysterics. So this, like, these are the core items for SETT. After this, you can go other bruiser items. You can go like a GA for, again, like attack damage plus a little bit of armor plus a, the revive, which is, broken. You can go into Righteous Glory for another engage tool. I haven't tested it out yet, but people have told me that in certain matchups, Frozen Mallet can also be, good potential, just because you're able to stick on your target really well with the slow, plus you have, it gives you health and attack damage, which again, primary two stats you want. See, this is where the kiting happens. But again, as well, this is where the, that's why we take Ghost, so we can catch up to these people who look to kite us out. That way you can get into position. And you saw how large the radius is. So I ulted him into a wall here, and it killed the Riven up there. So it does less damage to people that are farther away from the impact, but it's still enough to take out a low HP target. Also, let me explain this real quick. So if I ulti somebody, I will take them the full distance, right? So if I ulti someone here, I'm going to go here. But if I ulti someone into a wall, obviously they can't do the full distance. So, like, if you guys ever played Vayne and tumbled into a wall, and you, like, auto-attack, tumble into the wall, and you instantly get your auto-attack back up, it's the same kind of thing where, like, as soon as you have collision with the wall, it will instantly stop the ult and deal the damage. So, in a really quick burst rotation, you actually can ult someone into a wall and really catch someone off guard. Say, like, a Tryndamere. To get some quick burst on him. But, you know, with your ulti, you can also take people over walls. And if you time it correctly, I actually had a Synapse highlight. So, where, like, I walk down here, and I can actually pull someone towards the wall. So, say I'm looking for a pick, right? I can pull someone over this wall towards me, right here. And then I can actually punch over the wall with vision.
Who's watching right now?
Hey, Depths Walker, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get this Cloud Soul. I mean, I like the movement speed. So, hopefully with this video, you guys learn a little bit more about SETT's mechanics and how to effectively use them. And how to essentially win a game with SETT. So, I mean, that's what I want out of this. Obviously, this game's a little bit of stomp. It's PvE. The skill is, you know, it just varies, you know, game by game. But the biggest thing is you learn the mechanics, you learn the build, you learn what to max first in majority of matchups, and then you can pop off. So I just want to say this right now before we go ahead and end the game. If you like SETT, I'm going to be making a lot of SETT videos when he officially releases to live. And I'm going to have an unranked to Masters Challenge or whatever I can get with SETT. I'm going to have unranked to, you know, whatever stream as soon as SETT releases on twitch.tv/fogto12 if you want to check me out live streaming the SETT gameplay there. And I hope you guys, you know, like the video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching.